Hi guys, we're back after our last show that we had. I hope you guys had a good weekend so far. It's Sunday. I know tomorrow's Monday, but just enjoy the rest of today and then enjoy today's show. So for those that are new to the channel or even those that haven't been here in a while, welcome back to AnimeInkArt Live Talks. Here we talk with different creators in the community about their journey in content creation and how we can support each other better. So let's just get a few other people in here, just send the links and everything like we're supposed to, and then we'll get it started. I'm very excited to have our guest today, and I'm just excited to have you guys as well. So today we have a very special guest, Miyuki Senpai 3. They're an amazing content creator, cosplayer. They also do amazing stretching sessions, and they have their own business for that as well. So definitely let's get them on the show and let's get it started.
Hey
Hello.
guys. Hi.
How are you today?
I am good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I just want to thank you so much for coming on the show. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor.
Of course. So, for the people that may not know who you are, introduce yourself and what you do.
Hey guys, I'm Yuki. Things that I do, I'm a content creator and a cosplayer. A lot of my content circles around anime, cartoons, as well as anime music. And also on the side, I am a certified exercise physiologist. So a lot of things I do is helping patients in cardiac rehab, and I run my own stretch business called Stays and Stretch Wellness.
That's amazing. And first, I want to start off with what got you into just making content in general? Because I know you do different things, and we're going to talk about that. What got you into making content in general and sharing it? Because it's one thing to want to do it, but to share it also.
Yeah, so I would definitely say it's kind of crazy how it came to be. I remember being in my freshman dorm, my first year of college, and this is when this is COVID, so we just transitioned into the dorms. They're we're still wearing masks but letting us go out, and a lot of my time was spent on TikTok. I had it I didn't never downloaded TikTok before,
Yeah.
so when I downloaded it, and then I'm like, okay, I started seeing cosplayers. I was like, oh my gosh, that looks kind of cool. So I was started out making little funny, jokey videos with little silly audios, like Rick and Morty, stuff like that. And it kind of went from one of my best friends who was in my Japanese class. She was like, do you want to go to Katsucon with me? And I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, I've never been to a con. So buy the tickets, we get to the con, we're making content and stuff. And one of my first cosplays was Mel from Arcane.
Mhm.
And I did not expect that to blow up. Everyone at the con was like, oh my gosh, can I get a picture with you? Obviously you see Black Girl cosplaying a character, oh my gosh, historically accurate at that point. So after that, I made one video and I just saw the views start racking. So I was at that point, I was like, well, maybe I should do this more often with other cosplay, because this is actually really fun. So that's kind of where it started, all in my freshman dorm.
I love how for some people it's COVID, some people it's college, some people it's just there's something random that got them into it. I always love hearing about how people got started. And for you, how was it growing up as how they call us blurs, loving what you love? And how do you feel now that not only do you get to do what you're passionate about, but you get to interact with other people in the community? And whether it's cosplay collabs or going to conventions with them, has it been a full circle moment for you?
Honestly, for me, growing up as a blurred has been a great experience for me. As a kid, I got into anime around fifth grade. And at that point, I had some friends that liked it, and a lot of people were like, "Oh, that's weird!" Blah blah blah. This, everyone was so against it, and then jumped on the hype train during COVID.
Yeah.
But honestly, I started very early on with anime. I was born in Japan. My dad was in the military. So I had very early exposure to Pokemon, Digimon, a lot of things that would play on TV. And my dad is an anime lover too. When I got into it, my dad sat down and we binged the first season of The Devil's a Part-Timer. I kid you not. We binged the first season.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is great.
Yeah.
And there would be moments where I'd be watching Rosario Vampire, and he would be I'd watch it on the Netflix on the Wii. That's how nostalgia era, right? And he's like, what are you watching? And I was like, Rosario Vampire? And he's like,
He's like, what is that?
why are her panties showing? And I'm like, whoa, like you're missing the plot here, sir. But like honestly, starting from then, like I've always had a really good like environment when it came to my friends and like my dad like loving anime.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of my friends like we started out with like Fairy Tale, Black Butler, Soul Eater, so we would always talk about, and I had a really good friend group. Like aside from all the other kids in school that thought it was weird, like my friend group was really good. And then of course like our love for like anime music and the artist. Of course, like I feel like it all really did become full circle because I never would have thought like I was gonna be a cosplayer. Like I was like, oh yeah, I just like anime, like just like anime. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I would see like videos of like Anime Expo and stuff like that, and I was like, I would love to go to that. And my first con experience was so amazing. And then here I am, like cosplaying, like making content. It's like amazing.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And I wanted to ask because you have a lot of amazing cosplays from, different franchises, different anime, particularly like Genshin Impact as well. So I wanted to ask, what really got you into cosplay?
Honestly, I'm gonna shout out my two friends, Sam and Karma. The two of them really kind of got me into it because Karma was cosplaying before me, and he was one of the ones that went with us to KatsuCon, and like seeing him post content, I was like, dude, like your cosplays are so good, like holy crap. And let me tell you, like they have an amazing Jinx cosplay, and that right there told me, I was like, okay, so you're doing Jinx, I'm doing Mel, we're doing that. And then my friend Sam, like she does like a bomb like Jolene cosplay. And when I like first saw their like in the making, like as we're prepping for con, I was like, at first I was like, I'm gonna just do something simple, like it's just like I'll just go buy something. And I was like, oh no, I want to do Mel. And I could not find the outfit anywhere. So I like went on Amazon, I bought a dress. Like I had one of my roommates help me like put some stuff together. And that was like my first cosplay. So I'd say like I owe it to them because like if they didn't invite me to that con and like showed me like cosplay, this is what we do, like probably like wouldn't have like gotten to that space like in the first place.
That's awesome. And yeah, I did see the melt, like that first cosplay you did, and I thought it was really great. And I wanted to ask, like, when you decided to share that like cosplay on social media, how did that give you that push to like continue to share it on social media? Because I know like for a lot of people that cosplay, there's two sides. There's people that are like, I'm just gonna this cosplay, I don't want anybody to see it. And then there's one thing where you decide to share it with the world. What was that push for you to be like after that first cosplay, like I'm just gonna keep sharing it with people?
Yeah, I would say the push that made me want to keep doing it is at KatsuCon, I saw no other male cosplayer at all. Like I saw one on the last day, but other than that, like I was the only like person that cosplayed Mel. And I think it's so important, like within the Black community, to like to have like, see people like you. Like I can only imagine there's probably like kids like in their 13, 14, like that love like anime. They're like want to see characters like them. And I guess like once I did that, I was like, well, I want to cosplay more characters that are not only like, Black characters, but other characters, but for other people that are just scrolling on TikTok, like, or Instagram or YouTube to see people that like me and like other creators, like you don't have to be like a certain like skin color or a certain like race to cosplay. So I wanted a lot of people to see like, hey, I'm cosplaying like Sailor Neptune, like, obviously like, everyone knows what she looks like, but like, oh my gosh, like, you can cosplay any character you want. And I was like, I want to be able to be like a pillar that like people kind of like see different cosplays, like aren't like step out your comfort zone. So that's kind of what really pushed me to do it, because I saw no other male cosplays like at that con, and I was like, no, if anything, I'm gonna post mine so people know that I'm cosplaying this character, and so we can get more recognition in the Black community and Black characters in anime and cartoon.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And I saw some like cosplays where you really like the fandom. Like I saw a lot of cosplays like in the beginning, like Arcane, but then I also saw for like Genshin Impact, like your Beto, which was really amazing. So I wanted to ask, how did like Genshin Impact like affect you and like you cosplaying the characters a lot?
Okay, that's a great question. So Genshin Impact, I am one of like the early on players. Like I started playing when it first came out. And it came out like right at that cusp of like COVID, when like I was in high school, so it's like no school. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna play Genshin. And I fell in love with the game. I have spent a lot of money on the game, but besides the point. So I just really love the aesthetic of it, and the characters that I cosplay, for example, like Beto, she's like such a strong like female like role character, and I think that's what kind of inspired me to kind of cosplay from it, because I typically like to cosplay very strong-willed, like, you know, anime woman that like people are like, you know, everyone's like, oh, the cutie characters are super sweet and everything, and then I'm like, no, I want to cosplay the badass characters, like. And like she's you know, she's her, like. And honestly, like, it's kind of like the Genshin bandwagon. Everyone just started cosplaying from it, and I was like, I have characters, like, she was my main at one point, or like a part of my like party, so I was like, I gotta cosplay her. So it's kind of how that started.
I see. And what about Arcane as well? Because I saw you did like Echo and Mel, and you have like different variations of Mel. So it's a two-part question. How did Arcane, like, what about the game Arcane that made you want? Because like everybody has like a story as to like why they cosplayed like certain characters for certain franchises. So I'm curious about like Arcane, and then I also saw that you revamped the Mel cosplay over time. Like, what was like the process for that? So that's the two-part of like, how did Arcane inspire you to cosplay from that franchise, and then what was like the evolution of cosplaying like Mel?
So I would say for Arcane, I actually have only played League of Legends once. And it's like, yeah, no, but I had a coworker at a job. Like, I used to work at my campus post office, right? And one of my coworkers was like, tell me about this show, because he loves League of Legends. And he was like, you got to watch it. And I was like, oh, okay. And I guess like the art style of it really like gravitated me towards it as well, because it's not a usual art style that you see. So like kind of watching that first episode, I was like, oh, this is interesting. And you know, I love like fantasy, like kind of style things, and I love things that have lore. So I kid you not, after watching that first episode, I went on Wikipedia and like looked at the whole like lore of like League of Legends and that whole like portion of it, like, and I was like, okay, this is interesting. And I kind of like kept watching, and to kind of like answer like Mel's progression of the cosplay itself, like seeing Mel as a character, she was like such a, like a very like strong-willed woman. She's like telling Jace what to do. She's like, yeah, you're doing this. I'm like, we love it. So I kind of started out with it like con version, and then over time I gradually progressed. I'm like, okay, how can I like build on the skill? Like, because I was new to cosplaying, so I wanted to take my favorite cosplay that I loved so much and continuously build upon it. And, you know, I do plan on like bringing her back at some point once I kind of like do another revamp of her, because she will like deep down always be like my favorite cosplay in a sense, because she was my first. But that kind of like really inspired me, seeing like kind of like the progression of the character in Arcane herself, how she went from the beginning toward the end, and even to the end of the new, like the second season. Kind of like, okay, so I want to progress with her and like work upon my skills as a cosplayer and go into more depth with the character herself.
Yeah, that definitely makes a lot of sense. And I also know that you're a JoJo stan.
Oh, yeah.
Because I saw some of the content on TikTok, but then I also saw your Hermes cosplay as well. So I would say, well, I'm still catching up when it comes to JoJo's. Like nobody murdered me in the chat if they see it replayed. But I would say, what is your favorite part, and what about JoJo's do you love so much?
Oh, that's a loaded question. So I'm gonna be so honest with you. At first, I did not like JoJo's. I did not like the art style. I thought it was very odd. Like at first, when I like first saw it, and I was like, ugh. But my friend Sam, she loves JoJo. And I was like, you know what? Like, let me give it a chance. Because I was seeing memes about it, and the memes are so funny. And I was like, when I saw Dio for the first time, I was like, why is he wearing lemon pepper steppers? Like the curl and everything at the toe. And I was like, there's the scene where he has like the pole and he's like whacking people. And I was like, oh, I gotta watch this now. And when I started watching it, I was like, wait, this is actually really good. And it's like him not liking dogs either killed me. Like that killed me. So I kind of like just started watching it like from there. But I would say my favorite part is probably I'm gonna say probably part 5 because part 5. I love Gianna Giovanni, and I love Bruno. He's just so like stylish, he's just, like got that on him, you know. And I really just love the story of it. Like it was so interesting. Like you got different characters, like their different backgrounds. And the villain of it, I forgot his name, but the villain of it is so funny. You know, spoiler warning for those who haven't watched it.
Yeah.
But like how he has 2 alter egos, and it's the scene where he's like swapping to like the more obedient side. He's like, and like, like sent me flying. I was like, that's insane. And I would say that's my favorite part. And I also love the music. Like, the author like really loves to incorporate like a little like Western in there. So I just love, what's that one song that's like that plays in that part? It's like every time I close my eyes.
Oh yeah. I think they use I think that's the funny part that they use. I think it's a genuine song.
I think it is, yeah. And I was like, when I heard it, I was like, is that who I think it is? Yeah. It's just so like it's not your normal like isekai, which is not like, you know, but it's like crazy bizarre. Like the whole point of the name is like it's a bizarre like adventure, bizarre anime. And that's what I just love the randomness of it.
No, yeah, of course. And I was like, how was it when you did the Hermes cosplay? What was the response? I know you had it on TikTok and like Instagram and everything like that.
Yeah, honestly, it had a really good response. And I believe I did it like right when that part was like came out, like maybe a little while after. But like one of my roommates had a green shirt and I had like Twisted, and I was like, wait, let me just do like a closet Hermes. Like I feel like that would be cool. So I got a lot of like great response from it, which made me really happy because I was like, like she's my first JoJo character that I've cosplayed.
Yeah, of course. And I mean, I think it was a great cosplay. I love how you had fun with it in like your TikToks and stuff like that. And I wanted to ask, when it comes to making like your content, like what's the process for like because I've noticed like some of the videos like you do, like you try to stay in character like for some of the TikToks sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, what is the TikToks or like the collabs that you do with people is always like in tune with the characters. Like what's your process like when you're making content, like choosing where to post it on and everything like that?
Yeah, so primarily it's on TikTok. So I kind of like, so when I'm like thinking of a character, I'm like, okay, like I want to cosplay, for example, like Sailor Neptune. I'm looking at her character, you know, she's a strong female character, but she also has like her docile elements, like it's like sweet, like, so I try to like find audios that kind of when I hear it, I feel like would fit the character. And I'm very big into music. Like I grew up with a lot of music in my life. So like listening to music, like the counts and everything, I feel like, okay, well, this matches character. And I'm like, okay, so like, let's choose that. And then I kind of go from like either doing a transition video or finding audios of the character themselves.
Yeah.
And like really putting those acting like skills into play and like being like that character. Because I like when I cosplay, I truly want to become the character that I'm cosplaying. Like that is my whole, like that's my motto. Like from the get-go, I'm like, okay, how can I channel my inner Mel? How can I channel my inner Hermes? Like I want to be able to channel that like character in me, and like I want to express that like in my TikToks.
No, yeah, I'm smiling too because like I relate, because when I do cosplay, like for people that know, like I will choose audio or I will choose certain like transitions because I'm like I want to be as much as the character as possible. So I love that you said that, because I feel seen. I'm like, if I'm going to cosplay, I just want to like try to like be that character. Occasionally I will actually like when I did Vash the Stampede recently, I actually had to watch clips to remember that he's very silly. Well, there's 2 different versions of Trigun. There's the recent version and then the one in the 1990s. They have the same personality kind of, just I guess the one for the recent one is a little bit more serious. So I actually looked at clips. So I really appreciate that, like you really love like to get into the character. It's a great thing.
Yeah, like I like to get on like full on, like as soon as I put the cosplay on, go, I'm this character.
I feel like it's so fun to do that though. That's the thing.
Like it just makes it more fun. Like honestly, if you're gonna cosplay, like just get into it. Like really feel yourself. Like I feel myself when I put on cosplay. I'm like, all right, I'm that character. Let's go. Like I just get so hyped when I'm in cosplay.
Yeah, definitely. And I also wanted to talk about the Sailor Neptune, and you also got to wear it at Katsucon as well. So, how do you feel being able to cosplay Sailor Neptune?
Honestly, it was an unexpected cause plan. Like my friend Sam and some others, like we were gonna go to Katsucon, and they had already had like a Sailor Scouts group. And originally, I was gonna do tuxedo mask. I was gonna do a femme version of that, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, cool. And then the Sailor Neptune group dropped out, and they were like, hey, do you want to be
Mm.
Neptune? And I was like, absolutely. Like, let me go ahead and get my stuff. Let me get it together. And like we did like a whole meetup and everything. We did photos. But honestly, like she's such a cute character. Like her just like being who she is. And she's so adorable. So I was like, I would love to cosplay her.
Of course, and I mean, you look great in it. I love seeing how you did it
Thank
for the
you.
con as well. And I also saw that you started doing like more interview style content, especially like at the cons, like interviewing different people. And
Mhm.
was that something that you've always wanted to try out? And how has it been? Well, how has it been doing it at conventions? Because I know sometimes it can be like a little nerve wracking trying to figure out who to interview, asking the
Mhm.
questions and how long you have to do it for. So, what got you into trying out like the interview style content?
Yeah, so I've always kind of seen like that style of content like just like on the regular, and I've always want to be like, well, I want to know like what's everyone's like favorite anime opening or like
Yeah.
anime hot take. Like I want to be able to interact with people at the con because Katsucon, for example, is a very like a lot of people you either like it or you don't, and I feel like people don't like it because it's a very social con. Like it's where a lot of people
Mm.
meet up and be social.
Yeah.
And I wanted to take that route. I'm like, okay, let me just like rant. Like I would walk up to random people and just be like, hey, like, can I interview you really quick? Because I want to see like people's opinions. Like I
Yeah.
got a lot of good like hot takes from it that honestly I was like, whoa, it was kind of crazy. And so I've always wanted to kind of make that kind of content. So like I wanted to take the opportunity, like getting back because I hadn't been to a con in a while, like
Yeah.
getting back into content because I did take a little bit of a break
Mhm.
and to kind of like add some versatility to what I was making.
No, yeah, that definitely makes sense. I feel like we all get into that space where we're like, I need to figure out what else to do, like to keep me going and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And that's a question I always ask. Like, have you ever experienced, just like burnout when it comes to like just, because we have our lives outside of content. Like, have you experienced burnout or imposter syndrome? What do you do to get you back eventually, when you start posting content to remind you of like, hey, I still want to do this? Like, what gets you back into that zone?
I would definitely say kind of gets me back into it. I would say like when I'm on my account and like I'm scrolling, I like randomly go to my page and I just scroll through, look at my old videos, and I'm like, wow, I made that in like 2022. And I'm like, wow, I made that like last year.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, like I had so much fun making that, like kind of get me back into it. That's kind of like the push I needed like recently because
Hmm.
I did take a little bit of a break, as I was finishing like college and like trying to transition into like, my career. Um, I was like, oh, I feel so exhausted. Like I'm always so busy. So it's definitely finding the time to cosplay was really hard. But now that I've kind of gotten to the point where I've like slowed down a little bit and can set aside time and find the time management to do it, kind of looking back at the old videos, I'm like, okay, so this is where I was in 2021. Like this is where I am now. Like the content, the quality, like I've improved and I want to continue to keep improving.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's just a reminder of like, sometimes you want to improve on like previous content, or you're just like, oh man, I had a lot of fun. Like, I just got to remind myself to like have fun with it. Cause sometimes it can be a lot of pressure. You're like between
Mhm.
like where you're posting and like numbers. But sometimes you just have to be like, well, I did it because I love it. So I have to get back to that.
Right.
That's true. And I wanted to ask for people that may not know, like, what have you done in terms of cosplay? Some people do different things, whether it's closet cosplay, they make their own props. And
Mhm.
what are some things in cosplay that you want to experiment with eventually? 'Cause I know for some people, they have different things they haven't tried. They may want to try in the future, like, for their cosplay.
Mhm. Something that I want to try in the future recently I've gotten into is like wig styling.
Hmm.
Recently I've discovered the art of crimping wigs. which I have found to be very helpful. They do help with like tangles and synthetic wigs. I wish I knew that years ago when I first started cosplaying. Like, oh my gosh, it's a long process. It takes hours, but it's so worth it. Like versus like when you can just like run your hands through and it's good versus like when you don't crimp, it's like super tangly and it's like at that point the wig is dead. So I definitely want to like get on top of like making eventually like helmet wigs. I definitely want to try doing that. Like that's so much fun. Like seeing like people like shave the head, take the webs, glue them, and then like you just boop right on the head. Like, I want to make like a helmet wig. Like that's something I definitely want to like get into eventually. Like just making like wigs. Like, okay, I want to do this character. All right, say less and like just have the skill to just like make wigs. Like I think it's so cool. Like a creator I see, Umber Wigs, her wigs are like fire. I was like, oh my gosh, like they're just straight helmets. Like I'm like, girl, how do you do that? And I know she puts all the hard work into it. Like I know she'll probably take like 30 plus hours, but it just shows. Those wigs are insane.
No, yeah, I think it's definitely a great skill to know how to do wigs because just from me trying it out, it takes time. It's not just something you can just do right away, especially for me, the cutting part was okay when I started it this year. Spiking wigs, I commend anybody that does that often, because that's a process. So I definitely think it's a great thing to get into.
Absolutely.
Especially spiking the wigs. It's just something about that process. It's time consuming.
It's a long process. I will say, like honestly, just crimping a wig, like it was like a whole day ordeal, and I was like, my arms, like you're constantly making like that motion the whole time with the crimper as you're going down, and it's like you get a hold, and it's like, and you can't do it like in bulk, so you have to do it in like sections. So your whole time you're just like elevator music playing in the head as you're doing dun, 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 like the whole time. It's so bad.
And you're just like, I pray to God, like I don't just like accidentally just move the wrong way, because then now the whole
right thing. And I'm just like, man, I'm telling you right now, if this burns off, that's it. That's it. I'm quitting. I'm putting in the 2 weeks before the 2 weeks even come.
That's nice. But oh yeah, I wanted to congratulate you. This was about like 3 years ago when you got highlighted by Crunchyroll, like during their Black History Month for your miracle.
You.
How did you feel to be recognized like that?
Oh my gosh, like honestly, like I was in the car with my friends, like on the way to the con, because we went was it Katsucon? It was Katsucon. And I saw that and I was like, oh my gosh, Crunchyroll, what? Because I'm also like, that was like, oh, let me like, like submit something, like, and I was like, it's like just for like shits and giggles, like I don't think it's gonna like, and then like when I saw it, I was like, well, we made the big leagues. Oh my gosh, my cat wants to be involved.
It's okay.
Here, you can sit right here. Can you say hi, buddy?
Hi. So cute.
But yeah, it made me so excited that I was like, oh my gosh, like to be a Black cosplayer and also get featured by Crunchyroll, like one of the biggest anime companies. I was like, it was amazing. Like I was so excited. I was honestly geeked about it. Like I would not stop talking about it for a solid 2 weeks.
I mean, I don't blame you, because like it's Crunchyroll. It's like almost all the anime that we watch, because rest in peace to Funimation. Most of the anime is there.
Oh my god. Wow, I remember my old Funimation account.
I know, it's like it shows your age when you're like, but then you realize like a lot of the Toonami was Funimation. But yeah, like like it's just
yeah. Oh, Toonami. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, definitely. I mean, it's definitely bragging rights when those companies like they just recognize you and you get that type of recognition. I feel like it definitely helps like show like you never know who's watching, or you never know who's going to give you a spotlight. So it's just like a push to keep going, I feel like.
Absolutely. Like that was definitely like oh wow, like if they saw it and like wanted to add me to it, and then I'm like, I gotta keep going, because like that means like I feel really good about it, and like I can continue like with the momentum that I have and the enjoyment that I get from it.
Yeah, of course. And I also wanted to talk about your I feel like I say this character wrong, but Psylocke from Marvel Rivals.
Oh yes, Psylocke.
How was the process for that cosplay, and how did you feel once you got everything
Oh my
together?
gosh. So, girl, let me tell you. Let me tell you. So, at first, like, I think she was like my first like cosplay, like something new. Than when I like started coming back to the scene, and it was because my friend invited me out. We were gonna go to this little anime meetup thing in our town, and
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, let me get a cosplay. And she had like a squirrel girl, and I was like, oh, well, you're doing squirrel girl. I can pick a character. Like, let me do Psylocke. Like, she's a cool character. And so I bought the costume, and then I like when I got it, I was like, ooh, this is a tight outfit. I was like, okay, we showing a lot here. But like that's nothing like for me. It's like I'm used to showing like slightly revealing outfits because I'm very body positive about myself. Like I love my body, so like I'm gonna show it off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like putting it all together, like really just like I just feel so bad when I'm in her. Like I feel so bad. Like even us like walking downtown, like we went to a couple bars. This is like around Halloween. So of
Yeah.
course other people are in cosplays, like outfits, then like they're not like cosplayers, they're like dressing up for Halloween. When it's
Yeah.
they're like, oh my gosh, like your outfit's so good. Like
Yeah.
what? And I'm like, yeah, like I'm a cosplayer. Like I do this like this is like Halloween, but like year round for me. And we even had like a group of like older women like that were in like their 50s, 60s, like get a photo with all of us. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh. But I love that she's a showstopper. Like she really does like make people stop and like stare and like look and then like, can I get a picture with you? And I was like, that's exactly what you need to be doing.
I love that.
The attention.
I love that. I feel like it's just a therapeutic thing when you have that one cosplay where you're like, I look really good in this. Like that, it's always good. It's always good to have that one cosplay, or if it's all of your costumes, but regardless, like that one where you really feel like either you're really proud of it or you're like, I really look good in it.
Yeah, she's definitely one of those. I'm like, yeah, this one, like definitely in like my top tier list of cosplays that I like. I will throw it on because I enjoy it so much.
Definitely. And I don't think whoever's in that does get on me for this, but like because I'm like, if they hear this, they're not gonna hear the end of it. But the one I did feel good in was Semiyu recently because I
saw that you ate that down, and I was like, love it. I love Gachiakata, and when I saw that like that character, I was like, she's on my list. When I saw you do it, I was like, so good. Good.
Thank you. I was actually very happy when I put that on because I actually I had to DIY the top for the first time and I cut the wig for the first time. So I was a little nervous at first, but I'm glad that everything like came out well.
I mean, you put it all together. And it just feels so good when you're putting together a cosplay and it all finally comes together and you like put it on, you're like, oh my gosh, like this is it. Like it's such like it just makes you feel good. It makes you feel warm inside.
No, yeah, definitely. And actually I wanted to ask because you showed clips about that you got to go to Japan. How was that experience for you?
Oh my gosh. Japan, I will tell anybody if you gotta at least go once in your life. It was definitely an experience. I enjoyed it so much. It just felt so serene. There's moments where it was peaceful. There's moments where it was hectic in certain districts.
Yeah.
I got to go to Akihabara, and that right there, let me tell you, it was trying to make me broke. It was trying to make me broke real bad. Like I had a blast. Like it's so like you can tell there's a cultural difference when you're there. And for me, I minored in Japanese like studies. So like I kind of like I learned about the culture and like, of course, like you go to shrines, like this is the etiquette and stuff like that. So like I obviously like knew ahead of time like it's gonna be different. And being there really showed me, wow, this is what I learned about. Like this is, people there are so nice. And honestly, like being a Black person in Japan was such an interesting experience because like they don't see Black people very often except for like tourists. So they definitely turn and they look and they stare and they're like, oh my gosh. And honestly, I'm like, sometimes I'm like, are they staring at me like good or bad? Or
Yeah.
I don't know. But like, we're just gonna be positive about it.
That's interesting that you say that because it's something when I've like watched videos about it, whether it's Japan or Korea, where they said that when they see black people, they're like kind of surprised. Sometimes you don't know if it's a bad surprise or a good surprise, sometimes it's a good surprise. But that's interesting that you say that. So that kind of confirms it a little bit. They get a little surprised when they see us sometimes.
Yeah, like honestly, like I would say 90% of the time it was a good surprise. Like it was
Oh,
not a
okay.
bad surprise. Like they love to see people come and like really appreciate their culture.
Mm.
And like my fiance and I, we went to Osaka and we went to a clothing store and this one lady, she's like, "Oh my gosh, you're so pretty." And I had my hair in a bun at the time. She's like, "Oh my gosh, like your hair looks amazing." And
Yeah.
I know a lot of black people are like, I'm not a fan of like my hair being touched. Like, that's like
Mm-hmm.
a no. But like in their sense, like a lot of Japanese people like that I've
Mm-hmm.
learned they don't even have a passport. They don't leave their country.
Mm-hmm.
And she was very like, "Oh,
Oh.
tell me about like America, tell me about you, like
Oh.
learning
Okay.
about us." And she didn't know very much like English.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really cute because my fiance has been learning Japanese since I know Japanese as well.
Yeah.
Like that was one of our things when we got together. He like started Duolingo, like learning Japanese. So they were conversing, like trying to converse with her, like practicing.
Yeah.
And I thought it was the cutest thing ever. So like it obviously shocked her. She was like, "You know Japanese?" And I was like, "Yeah, I know Japanese. Like I'm not fluent, but like I
Yeah.
know well enough to like talk with people and I can read it, like,
Mhm.
like intermediate." And like that made her happy too. And like, just conversing with people, like it's they're so excited to see people. They're so excited. And I would say like also we went to this old little bakery that was like on a side street. This
Mhm.
older Japanese lady, I would say probably in her 70s, 80s, like when we went there to go get like something, she was like, "Oh my gosh, where are you from?" We were talking to her in
Yeah.
Japanese. She's like, "I'm so glad you're here. I love that people are like straying away from main Tokyo and the main attractions and going to little smaller like mom and pop shops like in
Mhm.
like the areas." And she really appreciated it because there's so much to Japan that's not just like Team Labs or like Tokyo Skytree or like
Mhm.
Studio Crossing. There's so many more like little things that you can find, like little hidden gems.
Yeah. No, yeah, I definitely agree with that because of anime. Where like I feel like when people go there, like I have to go to these specific place, but
Mhm.
there's so many like different provinces and like different like villages
Yes.
that I've heard are really nice that may not have been in the anime, but still is nice to see.
Mhm.
Yeah, definitely. But I'm glad you got the opportunity. That's definitely in my bucket list. So hopefully before I die, I will go to Japan.
You gotta go. You gotta go. We were there for 2 weeks, and it was the best 2 weeks of my life.
No, yeah, I could definitely imagine. That's something you have to plan for. So I definitely have to definitely plan for that. And I definitely want to talk about your business, Sage Stretch Wellness, because I think it's very important to stretch. It really is very important. That's
Mhm.
something that I've learned, through injuries and everything like that. So what got you into that and like creating, Sage Stretch Wellness?
Yeah, I would say for me, definitely it's something that's overlooked. Like, everyone is like, everyone works out. Like, you have all these like creators that go and like, here's how to like burn fat and like lose 30 pounds in 2 weeks, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But, no one really talks about stretching as much.
Yeah.
Like, you think about all the injuries that come from not stretching. Like, for me in
Mhm.
high school, I did sports and a lot of our time was spent stretching. So we wouldn't get like injuries.
Mhm.
And I'm like, well, I can do something like I like to do like the manual stretching, like a lot of like if you don't want to stretch, like let me do it. I got you. Like I can do it for you. So it's right now it's kind of like on a pause as I'm like kind of building kind of back into like, life as a whole. But it's definitely something I like to offer. Like because there's things like Stretch Lab and Stretch Zone. Like people really want to be like assisted stretching is a form of stretching that's very well known.
Mhm.
Because you can stretch yourself, like static stretching, like do it yourself, like touch your toes, like over the arm, but to really have someone else like assist you to really like achieve that full range of motion is very, very important.
No, yeah, definitely. That's something that I'm actually like interested in as well. So that's definitely cool that like I met somebody that actually does that or like has done it. So I think it's a pretty cool thing because I feel like when it comes to fitness, we talk about we talk about the eating aspect, we talk about the exercise aspect. We don't talk about the recovery aspect. That's something that I feel like
Yes.
it does. I feel like it gets ignored a little bit unless you're that
Hmm.
person that likes it. So I think it is important because it's so easy to just, for a lot of people, like when they first start working out, the reason why some people don't continue to work out because they forget, delayed muscle reactions and everything like that. It's gonna hurt, but you need to stretch, you need to recover. Like that's the only way you
Yes,
keep
it is very important because you'll like there's a lot of people that have never been in the gym before. They'll go in the gym, like they'll hit the weights and then they end up being really sore for days because like delayed onset muscle soreness can last for days. And
Mhm.
that's something that will honestly like get most people, they're like, well, I don't want to do that again because like I
Yeah.
have so much pain. Or they're like,
Yeah.
oh, I pulled like my bicep muscle or I pulled a hamstring. Oh, it's tight. But definitely like kind of knowing the recovery aspect of exercise is important. Like as much as you need to like warm up, you need to cool down as well, like after a workout.
Yeah, definitely. So definitely I think that's good work that you're doing, and I definitely support whenever you do it again and like you doing it. So I do appreciate that.
Of course. I gotta make sure everyone stays healthy.
Yeah, of course, definitely. And one of the questions I asked on the show is about like support in the blurred community. I asked, what do we do well just to uplift each other that you've seen, from your experience in the community? And what can we do better just to, I guess, be more supportive of each other, uplift each other? Because I asked it because everybody has a different response based on their experience in the community.
Yeah, I would definitely say my experience in the community has been really, really well. Like when I first started making content, a lot of creators like would do like this is when like duets were like really big, like
Yeah.
to like duet. Like I think one of my first like duets was with Okami Sean and Little X
Mhm.
Chaos.
Yes. Yeah.
Doing that when I did like Giyu Tomioka.
Yeah.
Um so I think we're really good with like really collabing with each other, like doing collabs. I think I did a Lore Olympus collab as
Yeah.
well with some creators.
Hmm.
And then just making friends. Like I made a lot of friends at con, and some of them are like really close friends with me. Like we even have like a group chat. We all just like kind of text in and chat in.
Yeah.
And like when we all make content, be like, hey, y'all want to collab this? Like y'all want to do this? Like, oh, let's hang out. Like
Yeah.
these are people that I hang out. I can hang out with aside from cosplay because they're really cool people. So I think we're all just really good with seeing cosplay as like not a competition, like because it's not a competition. It's mostly being able to put out something, a visual that we see in our head, something that we have in our heart that we want to put out to the world and being backed up by it. Because I know if like I post like a video, best believe in the comments, like I have all my homies, they're like, oh my gosh, dude, yes, you did that. And like I'll do the same for them. Like they post something, I'm reposting their stuff. I'm like sending it to other people. I'm liking, I'm commenting. I'm like, I'll be in their comments like, oh my gosh, like, I support my homies so hard. Like, I'll be a goon in your comments, bro. I'm like, oh my gosh, you look so good. Like, what? I'm like, is that mother? Like, I feel like all of us are really good with like really supporting each other, like when it comes to content and just overall, just like being like amazing human beings.
I love that. But no, I definitely agree with the hype because I've definitely said mother way too many, way too many because there's a cosplayer that's been on the show. Shout out to Hey It's Mickey Story. Just like it's just mother like, and then, like I can't like just they make a lot of their cosplays like they've made their own fur coats for like one Dalmatian like they really just be like and just the
Mhm.
theatrics of it all. But yeah, no, yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Yeah, like definitely I would say like your community is like everything and what you give into it is what you receive as well. So like I said, like definitely like shout out to my homies, you know who you are because y'all are like definitely like some of my closest friends. Like I'm so close with like five like because I like at first like I met them at cons and then
Mhm.
like my one friend, like Raijin Sensei, we met at Katsu, became really good friends like over time, and then I met the others along the way. Like we are all so close. Like I even like they're even inviting to my wedding. Like I'm like I like we're homies. Like we're like this. Like we're tight.
Yeah, definitely. And I wanted to ask about your cosplay. How was it to, be the badass character that you're.
Oh my gosh, yes. I love Yor. Like I started watching Spy Family and I think she's such a cute character. Like she's like, "Oh, innocent." And then she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm an assassin by the way." Like, yeah, we got to know that though. And I just love like the black sleekness of her outfit. Um Honestly, like she's just so gorgeous. Like her vibe and everything, like she's gorgeous.
Yeah, of course, and definitely. Do you think you'll cosplay like gender bend any of the other characters or like in the show?
I don't know. Hmm. Like I am one for like gender bend cosplays. I don't do it too often, but I do it. Because what's a character I've gender bend? I can't remember. Oh my god. Oh, I've done like Killua from Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah.
I've gender bend that one. So I'm like so open to gender bending characters from Spy Family, like specifically. I don't know. I do love Lloyd Forger. Like he's such a cool character.
Hmm.
Probably like somewhere down the line. It's like
Yeah.
not on the top of my list, but like
Yeah.
down the line, like definitely more characters from the show.
Yeah, that's true. I have not. Oh no, Anya. That's the only one I've done. I haven't done anything else, but I'll see if I'll do it in the future. But
We love our girl Anya.
yes, of course. The funny fact about that, I had to return the cosplay because I accidentally got a kid's cosplay. But that's besides.
That's okay. That's all right though. No, it's all right.
And I wanted to ask, what are some lessons that you've learned along the way, in your content creation journey and like cosplay journey?
I would say some lessons I've learned is that it's not going to turn out perfect the first time. I know that a lot of when you're doing cosplays, some people can be like perfectionists, which is okay.
Mhm.
Like, you want to perfect your craft. And it takes time. Like definitely take time. Like, let it be gentle with it because you can be perfectionist and still be able to, build upon your craft, but don't be too hard on yourself. Like, there have been times when I put on a cosplay, I'm like, because when I first did Killua, I was like, okay, let me do like short hair, like,
Mhm. Yeah.
Killua. At first, I did not like it. I was like, oh my gosh, like this is like, I do not look like at all. Like I was not a fan of it, but I was like, okay, let me not beat myself up. Like, how can I take this cosplay and change it? So that's kind of when I went with like the longer wig and like kind of gender bent it. And I was like, okay, this fits me a little bit more. I give absolute kudos to people that are genuine shapeshifters and that can cosplay like male. Like, oh my gosh, like insane. And I would love to get to that point. And some people can't do it, some people can't. It's okay. Like, recognize your strength. Like some people just have like the face features and the build that like are very what's the word? Like androgynous. Like, you don't really fit either or, which is so cool when it comes to cosplay. But like I've learned just not to be hard on myself when it comes to cosplay. It's like, hey, like is a wig not working out? That's okay. Let's reroute. Let's figure it out. Is this outfit like did something snap in the middle of a con? Don't worry about it. Like, we're gonna fix it. We're gonna work something out. Like I think I bought, what did I buy? I'm glad that you brought that one up. Like the thigh stockings that came with it, my thighs are huge. Okay. So like did not fit. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's not fitting at all. And I'm like, and it's at con, so I'm like, oh my gosh, it's not gonna fit the character. I'm like, whatever. We're just gonna rock it. So like I found some other like thigh high something from another outfit, and I was like, well, they're black, like, no one's gonna notice if they're not exact. Like, she has her little like they're kind of like checkered like part of her outfit, like on the top, like those were not gonna fit. And I was like, it's whatever, like we're gonna take it as is. Like I'm gonna give you what I give, and it's okay, it's gonna be okay, and I'm still gonna rock it. Like I'm still Yor at the end of the day.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's funny that you say that because actually recently at BlurCon, it's something that I feel like I'm learning too when I do get to do cosplay, where it's just like if it's not what you expected, just make the best of what you have because the Vash cosplay, between the wig not being spiked the right way at first, I had to comb it all the way to the side with gel in it. The jacket wasn't the color I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be red. The company that I got it from was orange red, and I was like, but dyeing it, I would have had to find polyester type dye, and I was like, not doing that. The glasses were too small, so I got my own glasses. And as well as when you like, it's funny what you say with big thighs, like your thighs, because the knee pads that you get for Vash the Stampede, like the regular ones, it has the elastic, and they want you to put that on like in between like where your knee and your and
right, like
and you already know if you don't have like very like skinny legs, that's going to probably leave a bruise, and you're probably gonna get like blood spots.
yeah.
I was like, I'm not doing that, and I put that like around my ankle. Like it was a lot, and plus I size up when I do male characters, so the thing like the bangles that they have on his one side for his glove, they were falling off. Like it was a lot. It was a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. Like a lot can happen, especially like I feel like with buying cosplays, like that's another thing. Like a lot of these cosplays are coming from like China, like other countries that like people are typically smaller. So like for me, like I always like size, like obviously you got to size up. And then sometimes like you might like you size up and you're like, ooh, this is and I think a lot of it doesn't account for, like, I will say like a lot of Black women, like we are very thick, like we're like, you know, we have a lot to work with. So like the cosplays don't account for that, and it's kind of like a hit or miss. Like sometimes you get a cosplay and be like, oh my gosh, I gotta fall out of this thing, and I'm like, you gotta like put everything in there, like, all right, get it all together. Like, but you gotta do what you do it, like make do with it. Like
yeah,
it's that one meme, like it's all I got. It's all I got.
No, it's very true, because funny you say that. The Vash also, on top of that, the pants were too big. I had to wear them. So for everybody that really loved it and they were like, oh, Vash would be proud, honestly, thank you, because I didn't even think I was gonna wear the cosplay. So
look, it happens. We there's a path, and you know, like if something happens, we just gotta it's just a detour. We're still gonna get there. It's just a detour.
Yeah, that's true. And I wanted to ask you, what are some of the goals that you have for yourself and like, you know, your content, your cosplay? It could be long-term, short-term, whatever you want to share.
Yeah, definitely content wise, I want to definitely get into like more of a music side of things. Like I said earlier, like music has always been a really big part of my life. So some like creators that I grew up watching, like Nate Wants to Battle, like Amelie, like love seeing their covers of like certain songs. So that's something I definitely want to do, because I also want to know the Japanese language. I love to sit there and like, you know, oh, I know what the song means, and like take my own spin on it. That's something I definitely would love to do. You know, I got to put all the years of chorus to use at some point. So that's definitely something I plan on doing. And definitely say like just more cosplays like coming up. Like we're gonna get there. It's gonna take a minute, but we're gonna get there.
That's definitely true. And I actually wanted to talk about like your love for the music side, especially in anime, because how when you do the interviews, you ask specifically for anime openings, and even like some of your song choices and how you have the background in it. So how important like was it like music for you in general, and especially like anime music? Because I also relate to that. Like if anything, the anime, yes, but also the music relates to me on a level as well.
Yeah, like anime music, it's just like it's so good. I remember being in 5th grade, like kind of starting my anime journey and like listening to songs. I'm like, oh, this song is so good. Like at first I'm like, I have no idea what they're saying, but like the music, the beat is so good. There's a like specific song. It's Black Paper Moon by Tommy Heavenly Six, which is the second opening of Slater. That song is my ringtone. Like that song is on repeat. Like when someone calls me, I'm over here like that one meme of the guy like he plays War Machine, and does he play War Machine? Yeah, he plays War Machine in Avengers.
I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, I know what you're
like that's me. Like anytime like I hear that song. So like I would go and like look up the English lyrics, and I'm like, wow, like this song is like really like it's deep. And a lot of music just really gets you going. It's like really upbeat. And I just love that about anime music, like specifically, because a lot of the songs are just like, oh my gosh, like, let me just dance to this. Let me groove with it. And I would say like, for example, Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
Love that fandom. Like love the series, love the games, hooked. But Simple and Clean, specifically the Ray of Hope mix that's on the second game.
Yeah.
When I first heard it, like I felt chills down my spine. I was like, whoa, like I felt like I was ascending. Like music does like play, like music does move you, and
Mm.
there's something called frisson. It's
Mhm.
something that some people experience when you listen to music. It feels like you have chills like actually running
Yeah.
through your body when you listen to
Mhm.
music.
Mhm.
That's something I hear, like I feel it all the time when I'm listening
Mm.
to music, and I love it. Like I listen to music really loud with headphones on just to get that feeling. And whether it's happy, whether it's sad, like, you know, there's a lot of art, like Japanese artists that their songs really just like pull like at your like pull at
Your
your heart.
heartstring.
Yes, and I would say even like Banana Fish.
Yeah.
What is it? The is it the no, it's the ending by King Yu.
Mm.
Oh my gosh, when I hear that song, it sends me into instant tears because I think of the show, but I think of what the song is saying, and it's like losing someone close to you. I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa, whoa.
Mm.
So I would definitely say like music just has that, like has me in a chokehold, man.
No, I can't relate because like there's certain songs where you're just like you're about to annoy everybody in the vicinity.
No, that's me. Like growing up, like my dad has like DJ equipment, like so he'll listen to
Yeah.
music and like blast it through the house. So I'm like, so like I definitely get it from him. I would say like I do the same thing. I blast music. Like my Spotify playlist, I kid you
Yeah.
not, is like 70. I want to say 70% like anime music, like
Yeah.
Japanese artists.
Yeah.
Like I love music so much. Is like when I was in college, we did like an event for the Japan Club,
Mm.
and one of it was like guess the anime openings. Like I kid you not, I can guess an opening by the anime, by the artist, and the
Yeah.
season, the opening
Yeah.
thing. Like that's how much I listen to music. That's how much I do it. Like I can tell you I can tell you the artist. Like that's like I put money on that. Like if someone came to me like, hey, I bet you can't guess these 5 anime openings that I'm playing.
You're
How much
like
money you
that.
spend on it? Bet. Say less. Like I'll put money on it. I'll drop 100 on it.
I mean, I'm sure you would win like almost like what 98% of the time.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
I love that. I love that. I have a long playlist too. I think I like Spotify has like they updated. There was like a I think when I found it, it was like a 2024 like anime opening, and then they keep just extending.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I know the exact playlist you're talking about. I know exactly.
I love that. I love that. I just love that we have the same like the same thing.
No,
for the
like,
anime.
like scroll through. Yeah, this is my playlist. Wait.
And one of the last questions I was gonna ask is, how has this journey helped you as a person?
I think this journey like has helped me be more of an open person. I would definitely consider myself to be introverted. Like I kind of like to be a homebody, like keep to myself. But I would say like kind of being in the anime community, like cosplay, making content has forced me to be like more open, a lot more open than I was years ago. Like I'll go to a con, I'll go up to people, talk to people, I'll make friends. You know, I have my moment at first. I'll be like, okay, let me like just get adjusted. And then I'm like, I'm hopping in there. Like I'm gonna go get some drinks with some people, like, you know, go dance, like do stuff and like make friends. Like I definitely think it's made me be more open because there's so much more vast that's in the community, and you know, I want to be a part of it. I want to get my feet wet, and I want to, you know, get in it, you know. So I definitely say just being more open, being more extroverted. And I definitely say my fiance plays a big part of that because he loves anime too, but he's a very extroverted person, like extremely, like it's scary. And that was something that I had to get used to because we'd be going somewhere and he'll be like, oh, hey, how you doing? Like to anybody. I'm like, oh my gosh. But like he even came with like with me. He like helped me with content. He's like, let's go asking people. It was like at first I was like, wait, I want to kind of look around and see who's like not busy. He's like, I don't care. I'm gonna go grab somebody. Like, hey, do you want to do an interview? I'm like, okay. And that makes me like get out of my shell. I'm like, okay, since he's doing it, I gotta do it too. Like I gotta make content. Like if I want to do this, I gotta do it. So it's kind of like that. It's like adding fuel to the fire kind of thing.
Oh no, yeah, I definitely get that about like still being slightly like introverted because I do the show, yes, but it's just like it took a lot to like do the show because I don't go live by myself. But like, yeah, I agree. Like it helps you be a little bit more open, especially when you go to cons. You know, just being open, whatever your tactic is, because I've heard from multiple people. Sometimes it's hard, like when you see a mutual and they don't know you. They may know you, but they haven't seen you in person. How to approach them. But I feel like as you keep doing the content, you just kind of learn. You're just like, oh, like you just see faces.
Yeah,
and then
like I definitely like kind of go up to people like, you know, I'm like, oh my gosh, I love your cosplay. Like, you know, talk with them is like, oh my gosh, like, hey, do you want to do a video? And like, if I see like a mutual, I'm like, oh my gosh, hey, like, I know we haven't met in person, but we're like, follow each other. And I'm like, dab me up, bro. Like, like, oh my gosh. They're like, wait, what? I'm like, I just ran into a mutual like a week ago. And I was like, dude, what? And I was like, oh my gosh, bro, like instant dab up. Like it was like instantly comfortable because I'm like, I know who you are. Like, yeah. So I feel like that's like that experience I get all the time in con.
Definitely. And shout out to bro Derek 594. They said they love you, love your content.
Thank you. All love all around.
And well, actually, the last question before we go, I was gonna ask, what is your favorite cosplay? I know it's hard. Sometimes it's hard for people to choose their favorite cosplay, but I know. So okay, I'll be fair. Some people choose like a top 5. Some people choose a top 3 if they can't choose like the most favorite cosplay.
Okay, so I'll do top 3 in no particular order. Would be Mel. Psylocke is definitely up there. And I would say Arachne from Soul Eater, because I did that one too. So I would say those 3 are like my like top 3 cosplays that I enjoy cosplaying and love very much.
That's all. I mean, you did well. You did well.
Yeah, I would definitely say I'd say those top 3 because I feel like a lot of my early content was like either Mel, Arachne, and then like recently it's been Psylocke. So I would say like those 3 definitely are my 3 favorite to get into, are the easiest to get into, and and I'm just like, oh yeah, I got rock that look, I would say definitely those 3. But I enjoy all my cosplays. Like I keep up my cosplays like in a cosplay closet that I have. So, they're all mine, and they're like, I'm the character, they're me. And, I want to embody that in the best way possible.
Yeah, of course. And again, it was a pleasure having you, getting to learn more about you. Hopefully you enjoyed yourself.
Thank you so much for having me. I definitely enjoyed myself. It was so good. Like it feels so good like talking with someone else in the community, like, just about like topics that like, we all think of. So it was a pleasure to hop on with you and chat.
Yeah, of course. And I just want to give you the time now to let people know where to follow you, where to keep up with your content, to know what's up next.
Yeah, so you can follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, and Threads as well, Twitter as well. Not on there too often, but everything is Miyuki_senpai3. So same handle for everything, so it's easy to find me.
Yeah, of course. And definitely, I just want to thank everybody. Whether you just came in, don't worry. It's still going to be, the live's going to be saved on YouTube just in case you didn't see the beginning. Whether you shared, came to the show, came in, came out. I really do appreciate everybody that comes in regardless. And then secondly, thank you guys. I think the last time we came on, we just came back from BlurCon. So it's been a week now. I just want to thank anybody that made content and I happen to be in there and you tagged me in it. I appreciate it. People that supported the content after BlurCon and then while I was doing at BlurCon, I really do appreciate it. And for those that may not know what I do, hi, my name is Lizzie. I have my small business. We're getting back to the art side of things. The AnimeInkArt is my business name. Lizzie is my nickname. But AnimeInkArt, I don't have the wall, but you saw the wall, the last post that I did yesterday. I do like Japanese, style like art, and I traditionally draw and digitally edit to make my own style. Also, we do cosplay when we get the chance. It was a way to show the drawings that I was doing, but I've always wanted to cosplay, just kind of where it went from like closet cosplay for the art, and I was like, okay, I'll try every once in a while. Shout out to people that have allowed me to collab with them, that have supported when I get to do my cosplay. I really do appreciate it. The show is something that we've been doing since 2023. I always have like highlighted other creators, like other blurred creators when I first started, because it was kind of just like I found all of you guys and I'm like, where I live, people are still afraid to say that they're blurred sometimes. So I was just like, hey, people that I know that I like anime and like they didn't know that there's other Black nerds that were doing it. I just want them to see it. And that's how I would share it on my page with my content. That was AnimeInkArt Black Brand Spotlights. It kind of turned into where I was having conversations and they were like, we need a better way to support each other. And I'm like, well, I can't go. I not gonna go live with myself, but I like talking with people, and that's how that happened. And the rest is history with that. So I really do appreciate that you guys have liked Anime Inkart for the past, 2 going on 3 years. And if you want to be a part of the show, make sure you follow AnimeInkArt 1. That's where you're going to get everything. If you want, commissions, if you want to see where we're going next for shows and everything like that, whether we cosplay, because we do multiple things, definitely check out the AnimeInkArt 1 page and join the broadcast channel, because as much as we post, you guys will get it there first, of course, and when we share. And definitely follow the AnimeInkArt Live 1 page, where we share stuff for AnimeInkArt Live, like live talks that we may have on the main page. We share it there as well. So yeah, we're mostly on Instagram for the most part. Make sure you follow the YouTube channel because it's free to do. We're also affiliates with Otaku Noir. Otaku Noir is the one and only blurred mystery box, subscription service. So definitely they make amazing boxes where they collab with different artists, different indie comic book creators, different people in the community, and they make cool stuff that they put in subscription boxes. So make sure you tune into their March box. If you miss BlurredCon and you miss VirtualCon, I feel sorry for you. But if you use code AnimeInkArt1, you will get free shipping off your order. Thanks to them, we were the cosplay model for February for their My Cosplay is Black. They highlight a lot of Black, like each month they'll have different Black cosplayers. So there'll be one for each month of the year. So definitely they've been doing it for the past few years. It's been great. And we're also part of Critical Care Comics, where we, in the New York chapter, we go to Jacobi Hospital and we give toys and comics to the children that, can't come out of the hospital. So if you want to be part of that, just make sure to go to criticalcarecomics.com. Sign up to be part, whether you want to be in Charleston, South Carolina, New York, or, LA, like Las Vegas. We always need people. So definitely there's that. So we do multiple things. So if you want to see whatever happens next, make sure you just follow AnimeInkArt1, AnimeInkArt Live 1, and we'll have more shows. And thank you guys for coming to the call for the open call. And we just shared like shows that we'll have in April and we'll share for May. And if you want to be a part, definitely just sign up or DM us. So definitely, I hope you guys have a good rest of the week, and we'll see you again most likely on Friday. Bye, guys.
Bye.